All right, today we have the Kellenberger 1500U to show you. We got the cooling system over here on the left side, which is a paper band system. It's got a float switch that advances the paper when the paper gets filled up with grinding stuff. Next to it, behind the machine there, we have the hydraulic unit. And you've got a swiveling wheel head. We can move this around nice and easily whenever you want. You don't want to hit the guard like that. And we've got live and dead center work head. And we've got our tailstock here, electrical cabinet. So the tailstock here, you got a Morse taper number 4. And on the headstock, you've got a Morse taper number 5. This is also a live and dead setup on here. We have that like that. This is a variable speed. We'll bring this down. Now this is live right now, but we can make this dead where the spindle in the center is actually not rotating. Only the outer portion is rotating. We replaced the bearings in here and the dust seals and some thrust bearings. I've gone through quite a bit of it. The entire machine has been taken apart right down to the base. Everything checked out and put back together properly. Adjustments made, and she's ready to go. So, you know, this has a ID attachment that's mounted on the rear of the wheel head. That's why you could rotate it, or you could put it on different angles if you had to grind some kind of an angle on your part. This can also be raised up and down. Most people don't really raise it. We raised it up just so that we could put the riser blocks underneath here. This has a set of riser blocks, giving it a higher center height. Right now we've got the hydraulics running. As you can see or hear, it's pretty quiet. So as we reverse here, we feed. Now over here is your table speed. To increase the speed or slow it down. I know when you grind you want to go pretty slow. We can bring this right nice and slow. A lot of times these have a problem reversing. This one is in good shape. You've got different grinding modes. This one here would be traverse grinding with in-feed on both sides of the workpiece. Over here you have in-feed grinding with in-feed only on the left side of the part, your right side of the part, or manual so that you can drive the hand wheel in on your own, or plunge grinding. Okay. When we want to stop this, we can send this out. Plunge grind mode, we come over here to the plunge grind. And when we bring this in, we shut the table off. You got your automatic plunge feed. You get to the fine feed, and it stops. Comes down to 0. The cycle ends. You've got a couple of levers over here. One of these you can advance the feed. One of these you can lock the feed in place. It's nice to have. You can start your grinding cycle and you can rapidly advance it. Or you can, slow this down. You can shut it off. You can send your head back out. You can check your workpiece. You can come back in. And you can start feeding again, all in the cycle. That's a pretty neat thing to be able to do. This is your dead stop up here. This is your fine feed control knob for your fine feed. You got an extra dial on the center of this hand wheel that you loosen the set screw, and you can set the point that you want the fine feed to come on and the coarse feed to stop. You've also got another selector knob up here that has 3 functions. You can put it in automatic, which it's in right now in the A, and that will allow the wheel slide to come forward and your feed to start. Or you can put it in hand, which will mean that you have to work this lever in order to bring the slide in and out. It doesn't come in and out with the main lever. Or you can put it on I for internal grinding. Now when we spin this around and do ID grinding, you do not want this wheel head going back and forth like it does right now, because this can cause a crash inside your bore. So they want to make sure that it does not go back when you're inside of a bore. It will back up to 5, 10, 15, whatever amount of thousandths you did grind off the part, but it will not go back completely to the rear position. It's locked. All these grinders have some kind of a mechanism that can do that. The headstock here is a Morse taper number 5. It's live and dead center. Tailstock is a Morse taper number 4. Machine is currently wired for 220 volts, 3-phase. It's got a cooling system here with paper band filtration. There's an external hydraulic tank in back of the grinder. One-shot lubrication system for the cross slide. Tableways here are like little pockets that are underneath the table. You have little sight glasses here that you can see. And there actually is a way to fill these up. You need a special little tool, but most people just slide the table over, take the ear off the one end, fill up the couple of pockets on this side, and then slide it that way and fill up the 2 pockets on that side. So it's kind of like a little wheel that rolls over a little wheel that constantly has oil on it and from inside the pockets. This has a nice epoxy, 2-part epoxy paint job on it. And I'm going to start the grinding wheel up for you. Get our table going again. That's pretty much it. Like I said, we took everything apart. Everything is clean. Everything is oiled and lubricated and ready to go into somebody's shop and start making parts. I hope you liked the video. Thank you very much.